Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to On Your Mental. This is the podcast that shares candid, open, and sometimes vulnerable conversations between and about men. And today we have our Valentine's Day episode for all of you, because today is Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you all enjoy this week's conversation. We've got returning guests, Meghan and Shandy. So, we'll see you in a moment when the episode starts. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed so you know when new episodes are coming out. We'll see you in a minute. Peace.
Is its tongue blue or black?
I didn't ask to see a picture of its tongue.
No, because
No.
Now. She said tongue.
You said tongue?
Oh,
Yeah,
Even weirder.
Chow-chows, they have like black tongues.
Do
They're
they?
like- yeah, it's like really weird.
I don't like the underside of dogs' tongues.
Why would you look at that?
If it gets there, it gets. You know what I really hate about dogs? Boners.
Oh, they're
Dog
the
boners.
red
Red
lipstick.
rocket?
Yeah, red
Yeah,
rocket.
yeah.
Rocket.
It's like lipstick,
Yeah, it's gross.
and it's so gross.
Did I ever show you my grad photo?
Why was there a dog boner in there?
It's me and Max, and Max is wee wee. I remember that.
Really? Actually?
Yeah.
You can pull it up sometime.
Yeah.
I gotta see this dog
You really want to
penis.
see it?
Who's a what's it? Valentine's Day. Here we are. Bada bing, bada boom. Welcome back, Meghan and Shandy, to the
Thanks.
podcast. Welcome back to On Your Mental.
Hello, 2022.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Overall, how's 2022 been so far for you?
I got COVID.
Yeah,
Mhm.
me too. I also got COVID.
Us too.
We all got COVID.
I got it from cats.
Did you get it?
I did.
When? I didn't see any.
From
Didn't
the-
hear from you or anything.
Yeah, because I was dead for like 2 days on the 8th.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
you
wow.
got
I
it
had-
from like a patient, right?
I honestly have no idea where I got it from.
Mm-hmm.
It would
Just
make-
about everybody got
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
At least
AJ
around
spit
here.
in my mouth.
Yes, right.
Have you guys
Did
seen
he
that
actually
meme?
spit in your
He
mouth?
actually,
Comment.
the next day, he was like, I spit in Cap's mouth.
No way.
Patient zero. He
Wait,
did. Yeah, he
wait.
spit his gum in my mouth.
Ew.
He did that joke
He did
where.
that, yeah, he's like, have
Getting
you got your
tonsils
wisdom
removed?
teeth removed?
Yeah.
Your wisdom teeth?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was just like,
He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, can I see your wisdom teeth removed? And then he spits gum in. Yeah.
And he never does it like softly. So I was like,
Dude, who did he get? He got somebody one time with that, and he got them full on shining a flashlight in for him to
Hayden.
see. Yeah, yeah. And he missed. He missed. He didn't get it in. The one time lined up.
man.
But yeah, no, like everybody got COVID. Basically everybody that I know personally. My mom didn't get it, luckily, which was good.
That's good.
And then
Yeah.
what
Same
we
with my
got
parents.
felt mild enough. There was like one day where it was just like full body aches, didn't want to move, didn't want to get up and do anything. But after that, like
I got
had everything on the list except for the taste and smell. Didn't get that
me too.
symptom.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, honestly, it made me, you never realize how much your smell and taste mean
Yeah.
until you lose it. I was like with Max, my dog, and I was trying to smell him, and I was like, I can't smell my dog right now.
That dog
It
smell.
was so depressing.
That's what it was. Like you couldn't smell your dog. That
Honestly,
was the bad
it's like
part.
the small things that you think.
Like maybe the
Megan-
food. Like I don't know.
Megan runs
Something
home,
else.
grabs Max.
That's the best part of my
No,
day.
I was cooking one day, and I was like, holy shit, this tastes like crap.
Mm.
And then AJ was like, no, it tastes fine. And I was like, no, it tastes bad.
What, like, could you not taste at all, or did it actually taste bad? Like,
I
did
just
it
couldn't
taste
taste.
bland? Was it because you're then
So
like
I thought everything I
expecting
was
a flavor?
cooking, yeah, like had no taste.
That
And then I
makes
just
sense.
couldn't smell anything either. It only lasted like 7-10 days, which is good.
Oh, the year loss?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah. Otherwise, though, been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. 2022 off to a decent start.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Just COVID. It's almost nice to get it out of the way. We were saying that before we
Seriously,
started.
yeah.
Just get it done, right? Unless new variants and then you get it again and blah 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 blah. I thought it was very interesting, actually, not to get too political around here. I thought it was very interesting, the whole UK lifting restriction
Oh,
stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Surprising.
My dad, as you know, is British.
Yes. He wants to move back now, eh?
He's like, you know the English always know how to do it. Like, soon you'll watch soon they'll start doing that here. I think it might be.
I don't
They're
doubt
leaning
that they
towards
would
Yeah.
eventually, right?
I hope so.
Well, even Bonnie was saying how like we should start treating this as like the
Just a
common
flu,
flu.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just start living with it
Mhm.
finally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
so happy
down.
gyms are back.
Yes.
Mm.
I
yes.
went on Monday and I've been so sore since.
It's a good feeling. Like we were missing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
My calves for the first time in over a month. Like I can't walk without feeling like pain in my calves. It's
Yeah.
good. Like I like
Yeah.
it. I'm happy that it's back, man. You bastard. He's at the gym the whole time. I just hate it so much. Anyways, welcome back to On Your Mental. And today we're going to be talking about some stuff related to the day that this episode comes out, which is Valentine's Day. So we're talking about Valentine's Day for all of our audience. The first question, I just like prepared a couple things to talk about, but the first question was like, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Valentine's Day? Like
Red, pink, and flowers.
yeah,
Right?
colors and colors
Hearts,
and flowers.
Yeah.
XO.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers.
Little flying
Gifts.
naked babies.
Yeah.
Cupid.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Cabs.
Scary. No, I think of realistic answer. I think of like the first thing that pops into my mind is planning. Planning.
Interesting.
Planning things to do. There's not like an immediate warm feeling around Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like things I need to do.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not like necessarily in a bad way, but
Sounds pretty negative right now.
Wait, I actually have a question for you guys.
Uh-huh.
Because I guess girls, they just expect guys to like plan things for them. Is it stressful? Like, do you guys
Oh,
feel
yeah.
stressed when
As
it comes
soon
to
as you
Valentine's
said
Day?
that, my thought too was like, yeah, it's like, oh, Valentine's is coming up. It's not like, oh, sweet, Valentine's Day.
Right.
It's like, oh shit, yeah, that's
Yeah.
coming up soon. Yeah. I don't know that it's stressful. It's just something that you have to do, otherwise it's gonna look bad in comparison
Yeah.
to your peers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
would you say Valentine's Day is the I wouldn't say like the most important
Oh,
day
no, definitely not.
in a
In a
like
relationship.
a relationship setting?
I would say
Hell nah.
anniversary.
No.
No.
Anniversary.
Yeah,
Mhm.
anniversary.
I think the older you get, the less Valentine's Day matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I think in high school, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you get like the flowers and like the teddy bears. But now it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like anyone like really like cares about flaunting what you get for Valentine's Day, right?
Well, it's still nice. It's a nice gesture.
It is,
is,
yeah.
You know, get the flowers going, all that.
Do you feel like there's still just as much pressure as like when you're younger versus now?
No, so I agree with you in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like the back in high school, maybe a bigger deal, right? Like when you're younger, it's a bigger deal.
It's almost like
Yeah.
a promposal. Like,
Yes,
it's like,
yeah.
you need to like
Yeah.
show the
Yeah.
biggest thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like just your value around that. You asked like you asked if it is the most important thing in a relationship, like the most important date, anniversary or holiday, whatever. I start to not care about the holidays as much as just the anniversary. Like that's the relationship thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The other ones are holidays, and you celebrate it however you want to celebrate it. But I don't think it ties into the relationship
No,
as much
not at all.
when you're older.
I was talking to my friend about it, and he was actually saying how Valentine's Day, he thinks, is kind of like Thanksgiving, you know, where it's just like a day to just like, I don't know, I guess
Show
be-
your appreciation
Yeah.
and love.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it's not like you don't get that throughout the whole year.
You do that every day.
Yeah.
Right?
But you
It's more
should
other
be.
ways.
More
Yeah.
emphasized
Mm.
on
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a date on the calendar to do a little more.
Yeah.
You know, and
Right.
make a bigger deal out
Yeah,
of it. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
sort of zhuzh it up a little,
Yeah.
you know, add some romance
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, I guess it could be different too. We would know or think about this differently in the future once we're, let's say, living with partners, right? Like when you're with your partner every single day and you share the same home, maybe then it's even different, right? Like maybe little holidays like that. It's like, oh, today was Valentine's Day. Shit, like I didn't know. Like I just got you some chocolates, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're apart and you have to meet up to do things, now it's like here's this occasion that you get to do something on, you know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that'll change as we get older too. So you said first thing you think of is planning
Yeah.
and scary. Meanwhile, y'all are thinking, oh, cool, you get pink, red, white, and bears and hearts.
Yep.
So I found that interesting as the
That is
dynamic
funny,
between the two
yeah.
sides of the
right?
the room here, you know.
Contrast.
Yeah, because we talked about it a little bit with Dev and AJ, where it's like Valentine's Day, at least in Western society in particular, is definitely geared towards the man gifting to the female partner, at least when we're talking about a heterosexual relationship. So yeah, two sides of the room here in those relationships. That makes sense that y'all are excited for it.
But I
for
will
those
say,
things.
I don't feel like I expect gifts.
Yeah, and
Like, that's not a thing. I just think in general, it's more, I just think of those colors because I think of what I'm going to
yeah,
wear.
right? And like, I don't really think.
But I don't expect gifts. Like,
Same.
I don't think, I'm not like, oh, Valentine's Day, like, I need flowers. Like, it's, I
But there's
actually
gotta
would
be, like,
prefer
a-
not to have gifts.
But there's got to be like a planned date and stuff,
Well, that's
as opposed to
What's your
Gifts.
must-haves on a Valentine's Day?
I just want to go out, you know?
Mhm.
I think that's literally
You know?
I think that's all I expect. Just to like go out and do something.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think in general, like I've been moving more towards like rather than gifts, I prefer experiences.
Mhm.
So I think
Same.
for like not only Valentine's Day, but like my birthday, for Christmas, like let's spend our money on experiences rather than just physical items that like
Mhm.
I feel like I'm just in a place in my life where like if I
Mhm.
want something I will
You'll
get
get
it.
You'll go get it.
Same,
So, like,
same.
let's-
Yeah.
Experience something together, which is what I think like especially Valentine's Day where it's a couple, like it's for you to experience something together,
Yeah.
then why not actually do that? It's not about gift giving, I don't think.
Yeah, save that for Christmas and the anniversaries and the birthdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to do gifts on Valentine's. Yeah, what are your must-haves on
Must-haves on
Valentine's Day,
Valentine's
Cavs?
Day?
Yeah, let's
I don't think
say
I-
you were planning a date. What would be like your like? These are the bare minimum to have in a date for your own
my
Valentine.
preference?
Like, yeah, what would you prefer? I
I
want to
don't.
know.
I honestly don't care.
Popping a Blu-ray.
I could care
He's
less.
like
to be
ghosting the girl.
honest,
Just
man. No. Like I would, if someone were to plan my Valentine's Day, that would be my.
Your
that would be-
ideal.
That would be great. Yeah.
So, it sounds to me like you just don't like the planning part of it.
Yeah, I'm not a
You
good
don't like
planner.
having to plan.
I'm not
the
a good
dates.
planner. I'm not a good gift giver.
Mm. He's still locked on the gifts, eh? I gotta give him something.
How about you?
For me, I'm definitely more of a go out for a dinner thing. Honestly,
Yeah,
like that's all that I
right?
like to do on
Same.
Valentine's. Like
Yeah.
nice dinner, take
be
her out,
together.
you know, be together, pick a nice spot somewhere that you haven't been before. You
Yeah,
know,
right?
when you get older, that's when you can start having a favorite place, and then you go to the same place. But I don't know, use it as a date to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
The one thing I will say is I feel like Valentine's Day is a scam. Like all the restaurants, they
Mm.
make their menus so expensive,
They do.
so hard to book,
Yeah.
and it's a set menu.
you have
No
to
one wants a set
book
menu.
almost a month out
I
now.
know.
It's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, no one wants
Mhm.
a set menu.
So I
Yeah.
actually believe more in like celebrate Valentine's Day, not on Valentine's Day,
Mm.
when it's just
Yeah.
a bit easier.
It's interesting you say that. Fanny and Evan, my roommate Evan, they always do Valentine's Day on either the day before or the day after. They always just do it
Probably
around
because
it.
of the restaurants.
Yeah, because of the restaurants. Yeah.
No one wants a set menu.
No.
No one.
No, and they've been together for a long enough
Screw
time.
down
where
out
it's reasonable.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
No one wants a set menu.
Yeah, for me, it's now more. I'd rather do something. I'd rather go out.
Same.
And I don't need to do something crazy. At least in my head. If it were a perfect date, if I had the person planning the date for me, same way that you would like that, Cabs, I would want just a dinner out. I don't know, go for a drive or something like that. You know, I'll get flowers, whatever, chocolates. That's about it.
What about a business?
Start a business for Valentine's.
No, a business that you hire someone to plan your dates.
Yeah, like wedding planning, but like just
Yeah.
a level under.
Right.
Yeah, a day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding
Like a full
planner.
day experience.
I feel like they
Book
really have to
everything
know
for
you
you.
though.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like a date menu. Like what kind of
Yeah.
like
Oh.
a like
Do you ever
Pick from this
look
kinda
like
date.
when you're on like the Googles, right? You hop on the interwebs and you
interwebs,
start
yeah.
Googling
Dates.
and you look like
Turns
top
into a date, right?
top 10 date places in Vancouver. You ever do something like that? Like
No.
you ever? No, you're
I don't-
lying.
I don't think I actually ever have.
No, I've never.
Okay, what's number one?
I don't know. But I start looking up like top things to do for a date, so that I have like some ideas and
Okay,
it
the
jogs
thing
the
is when you
brain.
do those, they're so lame.
They
I
are
think-
so lame. I don't
Yeah.
do those. I look
Like,
for inspiration.
I think I've done like 10 things to do when it's raining outside.
Yeah.
Like date.
Right.
It's all
ideas
like
when
what, like
it's raining
Yahoo or like
outside.
TripAdvisor. It's like, why
Yeah.
am I doing this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, not fun. I don't know. Like, there's, it's always the same stuff, especially around here. People will suggest like, oh, go for a hike on a date.
Mhm.
Come
Right.
on,
No
man.
one
Like,
wants to do that.
No, you do that when you're
Please
already in
don't
the
do that.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Give me a
Only
break.
Ivan would do that.
Honestly.
Yeah, good man. Good man, Ivan. Do you have any no-goes for a Valentine's Day date? Like an absolute, like if you're a new person you're seeing, let's say it's a new person you're seeing, right? This is your first Valentine's Day and they pulled this date out. What would make that date a red flag for you?
McDonald's.
Really? Really? I would be stoked if someone got me.
I'm gonna take you somewhere
like
real
some-
nice.
For the first one,
First
you're right.
date.
You're
like
right.
if some guy was like, "Let me just take you on."
Mm.
Well, let me show you this one spot that I know is so good.
I can't imagine like anything worse. I don't know. Like
No, actually, this one girl, she told me how this guy was like, okay, like we're going to this one place, really nice. He took her to White Spot.
You're lying. And was like proud of it?
Yeah, and he used a gift card to pay.
Oh my god.
Hey babe, let me get you this beef dip. It's on me.
That's so bad.
That's like a not a good look using a gift card?
No, out of the first date.
On a
No, no.
first date for Valentine's Day? Yeah, I'm gonna say to White Spot too.
Unless you like go up to pay and she doesn't see you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Reuben's like, fuck, I've done that.
Never on a first date to use my own questions, parameters. Yeah, no, never on a first date. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do feel there's a part of me when on a date, if I use a gift card, I kind of feel cheap somehow. But it's like, when else am I going to use the fucking gift card?
Yeah.
You're supposed to use it. I don't
true.
usually buy myself a gift card. It's been given to me. I have to use
yeah.
it, you know?
Fair.
Give me a break. I've had the same Joey's gift card sitting in my wallet for over a year now. Over 2 years. It just sits
Going
there.
on a date and
I never go to Joey's. Never go to Joey's.
There's no Joey's in like around here, right? It's all downtown.
It's all Vancouver, yeah. So to get like into the city is rough. Just use a gift card. So best and worst date, that's kind of on that same idea. Do you have in your head like a standout best or worst date you've been on for Valentine's Day?
No, I don't think I have a standout. I think what differs is like when you're in a relationship, for the most part, like you're not going to have a shitty Valentine's Day date. If you're going out with someone for the first time, that's when like you might, more likely have a shitty date.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for the most part, like all of us here have like had more long-term relationships when it comes to Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hope by that point, like you kind of know what each other wants.
And then to the same point that y'all are all making, like you could do anything at that point and it wouldn't be a bad time, right? You can keep it simple. It'd be okay.
I feel like because my last relationship was long distance, my ex was always, back on the East Coast around Valentine's Day. So I'd have Galentine's Day with Janelle and Alex.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we'd see each other. That's it. It was cute.
Yeah.
So like
That's
we didn't have
cute.
to be alone.
Well, I mean, I feel like the Galentine's Day,
Yeah.
I don't know of a male equivalent to Galentine's Day.
Brotines.
Saturdays.
Yeah. Saturdays are for the boys. Yeah. But I mean, when like Valentine's Day, like sure we can talk about it from the perspective of people in relationships, right? Like that's fun to do. You generally have a good time when you're in a relationship on Valentine's Day. But then when you're not in a relationship, but let's say you're missing that, maybe this is your first Valentine's since coming out of a breakup. You know what I mean? Like that can be a not a great feeling, perhaps. Maybe it feels like you're missing something. I stare at Kabir as I say that.
Are you waiting for me to agree?
No.
Because I don't.
I'm just being cautious of how I talk about this. But yeah, like when you're not with your partner, a holiday like Valentine's Day can kind of remind you that you're not with somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And I
You
think
know?
that's why we did Galentine's. Because then I think Alex's like partner was also sometimes abroad.
Mm-hmm.
We were single, but not.
I think last year we also did a friend. I don't remember even a friend thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was the story I was going to tell,
Oh yeah, please.
which
By all
was
means.
it was probably like a couple years ago. So Valentine's, me and my ex.
Valentine's.
Valentine's.
Yeah. I'm keeping
Anyways,
it in.
me and my ex were both working, right? So a couple weeks, it was probably like a full week before, I used like an online, it was called Bloomex. And
Oh
I used
yes,
them,
the flower thing.
yeah, I used them online to deliver flowers. No, you don't want to write this down. I used them online to deliver flowers and like chocolate and like a teddy bear to my ex's work. So Valentine's comes. Like I actually did say Valentine's. Anyway,
Yeah.
Valentine's comes, and watching like the delivery, and then she's not. I didn't tell her that I got anything, but I was like, "Oh, did anything come to your work? Were you expecting anything?" And she's like, "No, I didn't get anything." And like I paid extra to have it delivered during the day.
Oh shit!
Did not arrive until the next day, which is a little even embarrassing for her and myself.
Oh no.
I messaged them. They gave me like credit and like extra money on there. So I'm like, okay, they gave me extra. So whatever, that's fine. She got her stuff anyway, I guess. I used it the next year. It did not come. Nothing came. But I used it for her birthday in the next year, which is even worse actually. And it didn't come.
No.
Bloomex again.
Was it delivered
Killed
to her work?
Fuck
or,
you,
like-
Blue Man.
Yeah, it was.
Unsponsorship. Fuck you.
Yeah, both times delivered to her work. Same spot at her work, and second time did not arrive.
What was their
Wow.
excuse? Did they have one, or did they have a reason?
I don't
Couldn't find
remember.
the
It was-
Shitty people.
Yeah. I don't even remember. Like their customer service was okay, but there's no excuse for the second time.
Did you write a bad review?
I just told them I'm never gonna buy anything from them again.
You're never getting my service.
Yeah,
Man, that sucks, dude. That ruins your gift.
yeah.
No.
How did
Wow.
she take it? Was she?
I mean, she was like putting on a poker face a little bit, but I could tell like she didn't like it.
Okay.
Mhm.
You'd be bummed out, right? Like I'd be
Yeah.
like a little disappointed, you know, if my birthday
Mm.
came and went and
I think it's
didn't
also
get
just more
anything.
like, it's a bit like if it was in the office setting.
Yeah,
So
Mm.
everyone in the office is like, oh, your boyfriend got you flowers one day later.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it looks,
Yeah.
it's just a bit embarrassing. I
Exactly,
think.
yeah.
I'm sure she wasn't like upset, but like it's probably just like,
no, yeah. It seemed like she was like laughing it off, kind of.
Oh, look, there they are. Fuck. Like walking back to the desk. All these florist things, they all do the same kind of deal where it's like local delivery, right?
yeah, it's just like
Right.
different types of bouquets and stuff
Mhm.
that they offer, like
Mhm.
different prices and stuff.
What's the? I feel like I'm not gonna get it right.
Roses,
Yeah, they are roses.
tulips.
No, roses, and it's in
Fugazi.
like a circle.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
Land.
those.
Like the ones that last you a long time.
No, those are. I don't
I feel
get
like
how
a lot
that
of
works.
Those are
First of
florists
all,
are doing that, where it's like in a box, like a circle box. or
yeah,
like a-
yeah.
yeah.
What is it called? Lando Calrissian.
Oh,
Landau. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Is it
Yeah.
Lottery?
No. That's a dessert place.
I think of pink, red, white, chocolate desserts.
Macaroons.
Oh, I love macaroons. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Landau,
I think it is Landau.
Lando.
Yeah.
Like it's something like that. I don't know, but like I used
I
to
know
think
what
that
you're
those were
talking
like
about.
top
Yeah.
shit.
I know,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
in the boxes. They last forever.
Oh,
Mm.
those forever roses.
Yeah.
On the topic of Valentine's Day, still here, obviously. What context then do you think Valentine's Day actually plays in a relationship and in love? We kind of talked about it a little bit at the start, where we were saying how it's like it's not a big deal. At least we don't see it as a big deal. It's like one of the top holidays, top events. I may ask you, do you think otherwise then, considering we all said not really, but you asked the question, like, do you think Valentine's Day is like up here in the hierarchy
Of dates.
of days in a relationship?
Birthday. Yeah, birthday, anniversary, Valentine's
Whoa,
Day.
birthday first.
Birthday first.
Not Christmas.
Really?
Oh, Christmas.
Doesn't
it's-
celebrate.
I honestly think birthday. Yeah, I think
I would say
birthday would be at the
birthday.
top.
Really?
Yeah. It's your birthday, man.
Yeah, it's birthday. Dude.
Between things in a relationship.
I feel like birthday is more of a celebration with your friends and like with everyone
guess,
in your
yeah.
life. But when in a relationship, I'm like, actually, I don't really care about anniversaries though.
Yeah, I don't either.
What?
I don't even like half the time. Do you even know your anniversary? Do you actually?
Yes.
It's like, yeah. Do you do month?
Do you actually have a
anniversaries?
set date
No,
where it's
not
like,
month
this is when I
anniversaries.
asked you to be my girlfriend?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
one.
In my last couple of relationships, it's that
Yeah, just
I've
kind
never
of
had
kind of
an
goes
exact
into it.
date.
Right?
It's like, when did we start dating? Like, what's the date?
Maybe I've never thought about relationships that way. Like to me, it's like after a given day, like of course it's implied, like you know it's going to happen, but then after a given day, like that's just
Reuben
the
has a
date
sword,
for
he's like-
celebration.
Yeah.
Night to you.
I've knighted you, yeah. You are now my girlfriend.
After a certain day, then to me it's kind of like, yeah, like this is it, and then that becomes the date. Because for me, anniversaries, birthday,
Mm.
Christmas, Valentine's.
hmm
You know, Valentine's for me is the bottom of the bucket.
I think for me, it'd
have
be
to
more
agree.
like engagement or wedding anniversary. That's
Yeah.
when it'd be at the top.
Yeah.
Interesting. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like a big deal.
wedding.
Yeah, but you don't want an engagement anniversary.
Why?
Wouldn't you want to be married within
Oh,
like a
right,
year
right,
of
right.
being engaged?
Yeah.
Like, how long do you want to be engaged
True,
for?
yeah,
Shoot me.
Touche. Yeah. No, you're right.
Man, I do feel for people who end up having long engagements, because that happened to a lot of people over COVID, right? Because weddings got
Oh,
delayed.
yeah.
Like, that's just tough. Like, that you have no real control over. And
Yeah,
then some people
exactly.
kind of just bit the bullet and they're like, fuck it. Like, we'll just do it to do it now.
Which I think is
Right.
almost nicer. Like, I've talked to some
Mm.
friends, and it's like you don't have to think about all those extra people. Like,
Mhm.
you just
Mhm.
invite
So true.
exactly who
People
you
who
want,
matter.
and you have an excuse.
Would you want
so
a celebration though? I would love to have a large wedding one
Yeah,
day.
Oh,
I
I want a
think I want a
large.
big
I do want a
wedding.
large
Mhm,
wedding.
mhm.
Yeah, I want everyone there, like
Mhm.
just drinking, having a good time.
And I feel like there's a lot of people nowadays that say that they don't want a large one. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, I want a smaller wedding, just a small thing." Like, "Oh, I
Actually
could
found
walk
that,
into
yeah.
a courthouse and just
Mhm.
get married," kind of deal. Nothing against that, but for me, I've always just pictured huge party, all your
Same.
friends, family, everybody's
Same.
there.
But you can
Yeah.
do that separately after the wedding.
You can do that
I-
separately after, but
yeah.
it's the same event. I'd rather it just be all at once.
I do think
It's not
sometimes
all-
like a ceremony separate could be nice, but then
Mm.
having a big reception with
Right.
everyone.
That's the way I'm thinking.
The reception, yeah. Like,
reception
don't
to
have to be
everyone,
married
but-
at the reception.
Yes,
no, no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No, I do want a separate like venue, maybe even a separate day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
But I definitely want like a big like party to celebrate.
Mhm.
I think it's also
a
because we
wedding.
have such a big group of friends. where,
Yeah,
like, we
yeah, you want them
automatically
all to be
think, like, we-
involved.
exactly.
And like
Yeah.
their parents to be involved too. Like shit, like I've known Seb and Troy for how long. I want their
Yeah.
parents there too. You know what I mean? It's like I need room. You know, I gotta have everybody involved there. So where did you put Valentine's Day? Also bottom, basically.
yeah, I guess. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all rating it at the bottom. So what's the big idea?
But
Wait.
Christmas is just gifts.
Yeah.
I think
Gifts
Christmas is all
without-
about like in talking about significant others. It's a lot of times it's like introducing each other to each other's families and like having more family
Yeah.
time
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Less about gifts.
Whereas Valentine's, take out the gifts. It's a very intimate day
Mm-hmm.
with each other.
Mm.
You know, would you be pissed if someone like tried to set up like a double date with you on Valentine's?
I would not. Well,
Depends how
I would not
close.
like it.
Depends how
Yeah.
close I was
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wouldn't want to be doing no double dates on
No.
Valentine's.
Yeah.
That's like a privacy thing.
Wait,
Mhm.
so would you be upset if you did nothing for Valentine's Day?
That's a good question.
I mean, absolutely nothing. Probably, I'd be like, at least like just order dinner in.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
you can literally just Uber eat sushi and be happy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't need to be anything big. If you,
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'd be upset.
What would your expectations be at different stages in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like early on in a relationship, I feel like that expectation might be a little bit higher to do something, right? We
Mhm.
talked about that already, that like when you're in a relationship for a long time, you don't expect so much. And maybe in newer relationships, as you get older, you don't expect so much. But I think the length of the relationship plays a part in this conversation in what to expect over Valentine's. So what
Mhm.
would you expect at different years, maybe even in your relationship for Valentine's? Like for me, first year, definitely going out.
Mhm.
Probably gonna be a gift. I don't know. You know, there's probably something.
You're getting
Right?
laid?
Do you ever talk
Definitely
about it?
getting laid.
Must
High
have.
five, man.
Do you guys talk about gifts? I mean, like, sorry, like price of gifts or anything, or like expectations early on?
Like budgets.
Mm-hmm. Or just like even like like Christmas or like I'm gonna spend this much. Like just setting expectations, especially when you first start dating, where like you just don't know what the other person's gonna do.
It's more just like a mutual, like don't go overboard. Do you even
Yeah,
do
like
that,
what-
or do you just straight up like let whatever happen happen?
What the hell
I just thought of whatever he needed. And I was like, I'll get it for you.
How about you? Like, how about you? I guess.
No talks about budgets or anything like that, but I have like said like just don't, like you don't have to get me anything exorbitant, you
Yeah.
know, anything extravagant.
Whoa.
Throw out big words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell it.
I'll try it. EXORBI. Is it exorbitant or exorbitant?
I
I
cannot
think it's
tell you.
exorbitant. So I think it's EXORBINENT.
I was gonna say ANT.
I think it's an ENT.
Exorbitant.
It is a fucking ANT. It is going to be that. Fuck, ANT. You're right. Exorbit. And it's exorbitant.
Exorbitant.
Great sight. Exorbitant. Unreasonably high of a price or amount charged. Yeah, no. So don't get anything like crazy. Like don't go
Mhm.
overboard. You know, but I think that's also based on your whole love language deal and how you prioritize gifting too.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't
100%.
ever need expensive stuff. I
Yeah.
don't need stuff that's extreme. If there's a tiny bit of thought behind it, I'm blown away.
Mhm.
I'm fucking amazed.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like if your significant other has their love language as like gifts, then yeah, maybe like get them a better gift. If not, then like if it's quality time, then plan a trip. If it's acts of service, do like, get them a massage or something.
I feel like one episode we should do sometime like everybody figure out their love language kind
Oh
of
my
deal.
God,
Like
I'd
go through one of those
love
quizzes
that.
and we'll just figure out what it is and then just like dissect them, you know? You ever done the Myers-Briggs personality
Yes,
tests
I have.
too?
I have.
Yeah. ENFJ.
I was-
here.
Oh, I don't know.
I was
mine.
ENFP.
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
don't remember mine.
But I
Interesting.
feel like
I
if
don't know what they all mean. I just say interesting like I know.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Interesting.
always
Mine's
changes.
ABC. EFG.
I think if I redid mine, I think I'd be different. I think I might be I now.
I feel like depending on how far along in your life and your understanding of who you are, it might change. Yeah, because your personality changes a
Yeah.
fair bit.
Can I say, like, going back to love languages?
Yes.
I was just talking to my friend Haley today about how the way you receive love, or the way you want to receive love could be different from the way you give it. So, for example, I like quality time and words of affirmation, but when I like to show my love, I like to do like acts of service or gifts.
Interesting.
Same.
Right? So it's very
Yeah.
different, but the way I like to receive it is like completely different.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know like the psychology behind that, but
I can maybe understand that a little bit too. Like for me, like I think I love quality time. That's why when I'm talking about a Valentine's Day date that works well for me, like going out, great, no problem. Let's have a nice dinner, go for a drive, something like that, right? But I like the idea of giving things too, right? Because I don't know why. Like that's like the default gesture in my head is to give you something, you know, or like go and run and get coffee in the morning. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Yeah, that to me is how I like to show it.
Yeah, same.
You know?
I've noticed that actually. Like lately I'm like, let me make you food. Like let me just like let me spoil you with all this like affection. Like let me like just do everything that I can. You know?
Even with my friends, it's like if I know you're upset, I'm gonna send you flowers or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I know you guys don't I mean, I know you guys appreciate gifts, but I know that's not your like love language necessarily. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably different both ways. I mean, this whole love language deal, who fucking wrote the book on that? I'm going to tell you right now. Maybe some people don't fit into all these things, you know? Like, I don't know. There can't just be, what is it, five?
Yeah.
There's only 5 ways to show and receive love. Give me a break. No, someone wrote this thing, and it's nice to cling on to them, right? It's easy to understand. I think that's the cool thing with the love languages. It's very easy to
It
understand.
is.
It's like, okay, yeah,
and it makes sense too.
Yeah, yeah. So you can relate to it, right? And once you find one, you'll be like, okay, I guess that fits me, you know? You kind of like latch onto it. So we don't really prioritize per se Valentine's or think of it crazy highly in a relationship, but it's a nice thing. It's a nice time, nice occasion.
I think the first Valentine's, I think it would mean a little bit more than like.
I think that's the
upcoming.
only one
Yeah.
that like matters
Yeah,
a lot,
right?
you know? The first one in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. I feel like it would. It starts off high and it almost maybe peaks after the second or third year and then drops off.
Yeah,
I think it
Or
depends on
somewhere.
like where Valentine's Day falls when you first started dating. Like, have
That's
you already
true.
had your birthday anniversary? Or sorry, not anniversary, but have you already had birthday, Christmas?
Now you got
True.
Valentine's.
Now you got, like, you know what I mean? Like, or
True,
is Valentine's Day the first one that comes up?
And then you make an even bigger deal of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like there shouldn't be too much pressure you put
No,
on
I
it
don't
because
think so.
hearing all of us talk about it, we're okay
But
to
also,
do
like,
it
you should
simple.
just know your significant other. Like, if they really
Ask
care
about
about
it.
Valentine's Day, then, like,
Yeah.
yes, go full out. If they don't, then, like, you can have a.
I have a question
Bit
for you
more
guys.
relaxation.
Would you ever ask out a girl on Valentine's Day or like propose to somebody on Valentine's Day?
Never. I would never do something like that on any holiday.
Birthday and no, bad idea.
Not unless
Yeah.
I knew for sure that like she was the one or something.
You were the
Then-
pessimistic one. I would assume that you would just like, who knows though?
What do you mean? What?
You're the pessimistic one when it comes to
Oh.
relationships.
Yeah, but like that's like an ideal situation.
Because for me,
If
it's
the
like I
time
would
was
never
right.
do it on like a birthday or like Christmas
Not,
or
no,
like
I
New
would not on
Year's.
birthday, but-
It's funny that you asked that. My last relationship, I like the date where then it was the anniversary date for us. I made sure not to ask on Seb's birthday. I knew I wanted to ask like soon, but it was like Seb's birthday's coming up, like it's there, and so I think I asked like the day
really cute,
before or
yeah.
something. And so it was like I
funny.
didn't ever want there to be a year if this relationship was going to last. I didn't want there to be a year where I would have to, let's say we were going away to celebrate the anniversary and then I'd miss Seb's birthday. No.
That's so cute.
So I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
do that.
That's very
Oh
thoughtful.
my
And so I
God,
made sure to have it
so
off.
cute.
It was more like I was protecting Seb and I's relationship.
Does
Oh
Seb
my
know this?
God.
I don't think so.
Oh
But
my
hey,
God.
Seb, there you go.
That's so cute.
But try to avoid
Yeah.
it. Because I even think of that way too. Like I don't like it to overlap with any holiday, any meaningful day to me, right?
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
it to be its own day. It
Yeah.
needs to have its own space and time, you know? Respect it. This brings me to our, what would I call this? Audience question segment of the episode. Not an actual segment of ongoing episodes, but related to today. There was one question asked, and then I texted Cabs last night, got a DM, another question related to love. And so I'll ask us these two questions. We just get through them. Bada bing, bada boom. What do we think about them? You know?
Hey.
So I'll read it. I don't want to get it wrong. I actually didn't write down who the first one was from.
God
So,
damn it.
I mean, no credit to them. But if you're watching, you'll know this was you. A question asked by a viewer was, do we think there's ever a difference between being in love and being in a relationship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes?
Partnership versus being in love. 100%.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I think just like the passion and like
Mm-hmm.
like I think I
I'm
think both
just like-
Shandy and I have been in similar situations where
yes.
we've had a partnership where on paper everything makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the perfect person. You never get into arguments. It's just like
Smooth
great.
sailing. Yeah.
Right.
but it's boring.
Yeah.
You don't feel the
Mm.
passion
You don't
behind
feel
it.
like
You don't
that fire.
feel yeah, it's just like you can live with the other person. It's great, but yeah, you're missing something. Like it's just I think literally it's
Interesting.
the passion or lust. I almost think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reuben?
I yes and yes and no. What a stupid answer.
No, that's what I expected you to say.
Yeah. So indecisive. I'm such an on the fence kind of guy. I think that if you started a relationship in love, I think that it's okay to understand that love changes. But at a point, I think love is gone. Does that make sense?
The in love is gone?
The
or
in love
the
is
in
gone.
love is
I've
gone. Sure.
always
Yes.
said before,
Right, in love is
love
gone,
to me
but
never
love can
goes
always
away.
be there. I think
Yeah.
love, regardless, is like you can love
Mhm.
anyone. Like I love you guys as friends.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean I'm in love with you guys. Same thing
Yes.
that can happen with a partner is like you can be in love with them, but then you can lose that and just love
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, I guess that's what
Yeah.
they asked. Being in love and being sorry. Yeah. So to answer that question, yeah, I do think there is a difference. Sometimes I think there can be a difference because you'll start a relationship in love, but you can fall out of love, and that's okay.
But still
but
love
then
them.
still love them, and be in a relationship with them still, right? Like there's sometimes that period where you're figuring out like, is this something that can come back, right? I think that's the debate of it is.
Yeah, I think like the I guess the new love after being like in love, I think it just more like caring, like I care for you,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
But you see like old couples, you know what I mean? Like people who have been together.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just a question of like, is marriage as fucking important as it was before? You see people who are together and they've been together for like 60 years, 50 years, crazy shit like that sometimes, right? And it's like the way that they are with each other, you wouldn't be like, oh, they're in love with each other. They're just married. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think it just depends on like the relationship. Like you do meet old couples though where they're like still so in love with each other.
Mm.
Yeah,
I did see
I feel like I have like a different experience because like I work in the hospital. I see a lot of old people and like their significant other comes in.
Aw.
And it's really freaking cute. And I'm always asking like, oh, how long are you guys married for? And they say like some crazy amount. I'm like, what's your secret?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they say just marry your best friend. That's
Mm.
it. That's like a lot of the answers that I get.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Make out.
I fucking wish, man. Anyways, what were you going to say?
Did you finish your the old people in the
That is cute.
Yeah,
cute.
no, I do see that they're still super in love with each other.
Mhm.
And like they make really like funny comments towards each other. Like I'm like like hate you guys. I want to be you guys so badly.
But a part of me wonders, like, are most relationships doomed to get to I say doomed
No,
to get
that's
to
right.
a point
Yeah.
where where you do fall out of love, but you've committed to being with each other no matter what?
I think it depends on like what you see out of that person. Like, do you see like financial stability? Do you see like?
But then
like,
are you
what
using
you,
a
like,
person as a means to an end then at that point?
Well,
Are
I
you
think
with them
like, but like
because
if
they're
you
your
find someone
stability?
you're like, I like genuinely like just feel happy around them all the time. Like, I like have fun. I like I see them as my best friend, and like I think that's more likely to work out rather than like this is someone who like I never fight with and like we get along.
Love a good fight, right, guys?
You know what I mean?
I
Like
feel
it's
like
very
I'm
different.
so on the
Kidding.
same page as you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because we've both been through the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say? You
Oh,
were
I was
ask
gonna
something
say I
about that?
saw an old couple holding hands the other day.
How
outside
fucking
my
dare they?
No, what's this guy's problem? No, it was really cute.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah.
You would like everyone wants to be like an old couple.
Seriously,
Yeah.
oh my
Love.
god. On TikTok, I'd see videos of like old people being reunited because one of them got COVID and
Oh
like
my
they were
God,
separated
so
for
sweet.
the longest time.
Then they come in for the slowest
Yeah.
hug.
And they're like, oh my
Move the
God.
fucking walker out of the way. Like,
It's so freaking cute though. Or like old people sitting on like
Except
their
then
laps.
you think about the Notebook and it's like one of them's gonna die soon.
there's.
Well, they died at the same time in the Notebook, so
I feel like there's some. I saw another TikTok recently too, and it literally made me tear up. I don't know if it was like first thing in the morning I woke up and like
Yeah.
checking through all my stuff, and then I see the TikTok and I like tear come down my face. I was like, fuck. But it was this sweet mom and I think the daughter was recording it, but they were doing like something to pay respect to the father who had passed away, and they were standing by the ocean, and she was throwing flowers into the ocean, but saying something that she loved about the father. And she was saying, I love that you gave me the best kids in the world. And she throws
I
the
think
thing
I
away.
saw this. It sounds
Aw.
familiar.
And it was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sweet. But I feel like maybe once you get to a point, if you are in love with somebody, you're in a relationship, you grow in that relationship, you have a kid, that kid can almost be like your love sometimes. You don't want there to be like fighting going on, and then here's this kid, but it's like then when your partner passes on, because eventually one does die before the other, you know, then you have your kids, and like your partner is there in your kids. You see them in your kids and stuff
Yeah.
like that too.
Especially if they
Yeah.
look very similar.
Mm-hmm. But to more directly answer the question, is there a difference between being in love and being in a relationship? Absolutely, there
Yeah.
can be a difference, right?
100%.
I think being in love comes first, perhaps. I think in most cases, in at least a healthy relationship, when you start, being in love comes first, to carry with you in the relationship, but you can lose the being in love part but still be in the relationship, and then that's when you debate, is this something that we end, or do we stay in this for other reasons, or can that in love feeling come back, right?
Can it?
I don't know. I've never experienced it, so I don't know. I wouldn't have the answer to that. In my experience, it has been no, but we're young.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
are young.
26 in a month and a bit. So crazy.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
What a
Are you
time.
the old? No, Alex.
Yep.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah,
Oldest.
yeah.
Yes.
Because she's February?
February.
Yeah. Yeah. March, Pisces,
What are you, March 19th?
11.
Fish.
Fish. Fish. Fish is very good. I have one more question here. And let me just pull it up. Because I texted Cabs. I didn't write it down in our sheet.
Get it
Anyways.
together, man.
This other question that was DM'd. I read the DMs, everybody. You guys remember that song? And go down in the DMs. Yeah. That was like such a big song for a while. That was a weird era. Wasn't that around like Vine time and all that shit? Like Vine was still popping off. To me, the reason why TikTok is so addicting is once you get
It
past
is
the dances
Vine.
and it learns you, it's Vine.
It is.
It
Vine.
gives you Vine type
I also.
content.
I'm sorry. Like, I love when these social platforms know who I am. Like, thank you.
You're giving me good content.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's addictive for a reason.
Take
I
my
just-
data.
I
I have nothing to hide.
Take it.
Honestly,
take
I'm
it.
also an advertiser, so I'm like, yes, like,
Yeah.
thank God.
Thank
Yeah.
God
Data.
someone has my data.
Yeah.
Anyways, this question was asked by Joseph Young. Joseph Young asked, I was wondering what your thoughts are on giving someone so much of your personal love, essentially putting it to good use because you could never give it to yourself. So have you found yourself ever in a relationship And that relationship is like you're constantly pouring out to this other person. You're trying to do everything you can to show that you love them. But maybe a part of it is that you do not yet love yourself. Have you ever felt that whilst in a relationship? Because I think I've been at points in my life where I haven't loved myself, but I don't know if it was while I was in a relationship. I don't know if I was ever like clinging to a relationship to feel love, right? Now I love myself for the most part. I think I love myself, but I don't think I've ever been at a point where I didn't love myself and I was in a relationship. I think it was like I came out of a relationship and then I was confronted with the fact that, I didn't love myself as much as I should, and then focused on that. But have you ever been in a relationship and kind of used that to feel a sensation of love?
I think if anything, I've done like the opposite, where it's like I will take a relationship to feel.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, then maybe. But also, I don't know. I think I love myself.
Same. If you asked me that question like maybe years ago, yeah.
In high school, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, no. Yeah, I fucking love myself.
But I
man.
still do appreciate like feeling love. But I think maybe that just goes back to my love language of like words of affirmation. Like,
wait, can you say the question again?
Yeah.
I can read it again.
I'm like, it's. I feel like my answer is very like hazy.
He said, I was wondering what your thoughts are on giving someone so much of your personal love, essentially putting that love to good use, because you can never give it to yourself. That rather than love yourself, you're just loving other people.
I think the intent is awesome. Like that's great intent there, but I'm focusing on the not being able to love yourself part.
That's such a risky move to do, though.
Yeah.
You know, because when
it's just not healthy.
Yeah.
no, it's not. And if they leave for whatever reason,
devastation.
it is, and it's like, why didn't you love?
But
me
I can
back?
understand why someone might fall into that trap, though, to like have a bit of empathy. You know, like, yes, it's not healthy. You should try, like, you shouldn't use a relationship for love. You know what I mean? You shouldn't use a relationship to be giving love and feel like you're doing something productive with your love to give. But that's an easier said than done situation, I think, for someone who's in a situation like this, for someone who feels like they can't show themselves love, right? Like maybe this is their way to feel that at all.
I think they should be learning to love themselves somehow.
I think in any situation, like you have to love yourself first.
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, it's just unhealthy.
I think when you're younger, you mentioned in high school, like maybe something like that, like you might have felt, right?
You just don't know who you are yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
You struggle with so much identity shit when you're
Right.
young,
Yeah.
right? Not to say that we're all experts of who we are at this point,
Yeah.
but I think we're a lot more comfortable with who we are at
Exactly.
our mid-20s than we were in our teen years, you know what I mean? Or even our early 20s,
Yeah.
right? That was, for me, when I came out of that first relationship of mine that was 4 years, I think it was 21 when I came out of it. And then it was like, okay, who am I? Like what's me? You know, what am I happy about? How do I love myself? What are the things that I need to do to love myself? And like maybe even didn't do enough of that work before going into the next relationship, you know? And then you got a chance to do some of that work while in that relationship and then out of it afterwards too. So yeah, I get it. I get it. But I think, yes, you should be focusing on learning to love yourself before you are giving your love away, you know? Oh, that actually works. It's in next week's episode for us. We filmed it already, but it's in next week's episode, so y'all can check that out too. But we talked in there and said something along the lines of, oh no, shit, it's last week's episode. Sorry. In last week's episode with Derek, we talked about being your best self for other people. Where when you focus on yourself and you're able to make yourself the best version of you, you show yourself all the love that you need. Then when you are going to be there for other people, you're going to bring your best self to those situations, whether that's a relationship, friendship, parents, whatever it might be, your employer, shit, right? Like spend time on you that is necessary to spend before you're giving away your love and care, you know? Yeah.
I like that.
Those are the only audience questions that we had for this episode, but any other ones that ever fit in other episodes, they'll squeeze their way in there. But I would love to do another time an episode where we just answer questions from people.
That was so fun.
That was fun the last
I
time
like
we
that.
did
We
that.
like that. Yeah.
And I definitely want to do one too now where we do like something related to love languages. I can figure something out. I can make something where we somehow do the quiz, but like shorten it. I don't even know.
It sounds so cheesy whenever I bring it up. Like, oh yeah, you know, because like, have you heard of love languages? But it makes so much sense to me.
I think it's not important. I think it's a good thing to know about yourself.
I think it's important
Also,
to know,
the
and for the
percentages too. It's
other
like
person.
each percentage of each love language is different. Like,
Mhm.
Like you all have like a percentage of each. Like you don't have like 0. You
Mhm,
know, like
mhm.
I guess all of them matter, but like
Mhm.
which one matters
like
more?
how much?
Builds like
Yeah.
priority. Yeah. Have you ever done it?
No, but I
Yeah.
see it all the time on Hinge.
You should do
yeah. Good
Wait,
man.
what are people's I guess quality time? Access.
Like just like over the profile.
He
stuff?
only
Yeah.
swipes on people that say physical touch.
It depends.
No
a lot
comment.
of
like,
them,
it's not a lie.
it's all mixed up. A lot of them are quality time.
Okay.
A lot of them are quality time.
Mm. I feel like Hinge is still that environment where
Wait, what are
it's
your
better
guys's?
anyways.
I've
My
never done
highest
that.
was quality time.
Mm.
I
Mhm.
think either quality time or physical touch.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's funny, like mine, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, and
Gifts.
No, not gifts. What's this? Something acts of service. They
Yes.
were all like almost equal, and then gifts was like the lowest.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else was like equal.
Yeah, you should do it sometime, Cabs. I think that could work honestly as an
Yeah, I
episode
was a
sometime.
little
Like we
curious
just
about
have the quiz out here and we just go through and just answer all the questions together and we all like figuring out our own. But then we like tally all of ours and then at
Yeah.
the end we all know what ours is.
Yeah.
And then we have a discussion about it. We could do that
You know what's
sometime.
actually really
Yeah.
interesting too? Like, your love language, or well, at least for mine, like I wouldn't say like I want gifts all the time, but I think gifts like mean something to me because that's how my dad showed his love towards me.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like my dad would
Yeah.
all like. I mean, like you know, my dad, like he's super quiet, like.
Shandy, money.
Yeah, like he would always like spend time with me like when we were growing up, like go swimming, go watch a movie, and then he'd always just give me things.
It's very Asian.
you know,
Hmm.
and I'm like,
The
oh, I
Asian
think
male
that's
way of
why, you
showing
know,
love.
that's how I like to see my love
That makes
sometimes, not
sense.
all the time, but yeah. And then with my mom, I was like always cuddling with my mom, so I think that's why I love physical touch so much.
Yeah, my dad never gave me shit. Anyways, everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to On Your Mental. I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. Shandy and Meghan, thank you so much for joining.
And it was a bang.
Yeah, that last bit though makes sense, right? As you grow up in your adolescence, you're exposed to love in different ways, and that can affect how you view love when you grow up and have your own relationships, right? It has to all be tied in because that's the only place you learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you have
so
to learn
true.
it from your parents and from
Mhm.
your family and your
Yeah.
friends and stuff, right? So yeah, it's different for everybody. But I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. I had a good time having this conversation with y'all. Now we got some ideas for some other episodes too down the line, so that's kind of cool. But we will see you all next week with another episode. Peace.